sitting directly beside him.
Not behind, because that
Directly
would
beside.
be weird. Yeah, right beside. Yeah. So what we're doing here today is we're bringing you a game about Zerg Scouting. We're going to be following Cooper, and he's up against Ted Style. So while these players are getting started, would you like to take us through?
Sure.
Any
Yeah, as we
announcements?
do the most common builds ever. We got the playlists are up and running. So AGL, that is Agamemnon's, Furious Geo, SC2 Explore, and then our normal SC2 Mistakes channel. Those are all fully upgraded, if it's upgraded, up to date.
Yeah, we've got like fancy music and
yeah, it's great. It's going well.
graphics.
We want to thank Ziggy Starcraft for the show match that he did with us. Those are also up on our channels. So we got a live cast that myself, Furious Geo, did, and then Agamemnon has a replay analysis, and I believe also Ziggy did a couple of games.
He did a few games, and they're good. He's
so
good,
check those out. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and what came out of that is looks like we're going to be doing a 2v2. So look for that. We'll get all those details sorted out. And the usual stuff, like, subscribe, check us out on Twitter at SC2 Mistakes, and keep sending those replays.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
We got a user-submitted replay right here that we're going to be looking at, so it should be good. And I don't know about you, Agamemnon.
Yep.
But I am looking forward to July 14th and 15th.
Oh my goodness, can't wait. It's going to be a weekend of Starcraft.
Starcraft weekend. So NASL, July 14th, 15th. If you're in the Toronto area, can't wait to see you there. That's going to be fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
And that concludes the information updates.
All right, so now that we've had our public service announcements, so do you want to take us through briefly, Geo, what map we're on and what level play, like who we're looking at here?
We're on Antigua Shipyard. This is obviously a ladder match we're looking at. 2 platinum players, so we are
way over our heads.
We are hitting home runs right here. Let me tell you.
So if we like pause for a second and have like no clue what's going on, it's because this is far above us.
That's right. And so we're going to be focusing on Cooper.
And he's in the red on the left.
He's in the red. And he's the player that we'll be looking at, and we have Ted Style down in the bottom. So Cooper sent us this replay, so we want to thank him for that.
Yep, thanks a lot.
We're playing on Antigua Shipyard, if you haven't already figured that out.
Yeah, and Antigua Shipyard has a nice, easy-to-defend natural expansion. Has only 1 ramp. The ramp is not too narrow, but it's relatively easy to defend. And
we should probably talk about what we're going to be looking at.
Yeah, so one of the things that Cooper really had mentioned with regards to this game is that he felt that his scouting in this first game really lost the game for him, I think he said. So right now for scouting, we see that he's got 1 Overlord up at the right. He's looking for, I guess, perhaps possible expansions from Ted Style. We have 1 that's being chased away by this very, very mean queen. Oh.
Throwing toothpicks
out of her forehead. Ugh, gross.
And so we all know scouting's important, but it's very important for Zerg.
And
because Zerg's such a reactive race.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
And if you don't know, and this, okay, let's just, I'm sorry, we just got to pause here for a quick second. I need to see what Cooper sees. Okay, so I want to know if he knows these bits. See, this is one of the things I think he had mentioned.
He did, yeah. His Overlord placement. He said he was struggling with his Overlord placement in this game.
Right.
And we can just even see here.
Yeah,
he's now just seeing the Baneling's
actually,
morphine.
that's not even his.
Oh, sorry, that's not even him.
No, he does not know that Banelings are coming. Yeah. So unfortunately, again, we had seen this in some other games that we've casted in the past. The placement at the ramp of any type of scout is really important.
Very important.
Really important. Most cheese is going to happen at your ramp. Oh, it's like
where are they going?
Oh, he had to run away.
Oh, still 1 more.
Can you believe that Banelings don't actually kill?
It's amazing.
I can't believe they didn't kill those.
2 of them, if you get 2 of them in there, but...
Yeah.
So we got a little lucky, I'd say. Oh, but here comes some more.
So one thing I will say with regards to this game is that Cooper is getting a lot of really early harassment.
Yes.
And I think that he may have felt... Oh, man! Oh, 12 workers go down. 14.
Yeah, that was a big
that's
hit.
a heartbreak. And he's still doing the worker transfer.
Yeah.
Now that is dedicated macro right there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so with that kind of aggressive early pressure, it's got to be hard for anybody to maintain scouting at the same time. Like that kind of multitasking is really difficult.
Yeah.
Let's just take a look at his vision right now. So he knows a little bit, but he doesn't know a whole lot. Also, one of the things that I think he had mentioned, or we haven't even seen yet, is there's no creep tumors. There's no creep spread.
So, I mean, he's using his queen energy not pretty. Does he only have one queen? Does he have another queen on the board?
Well, let's take a look at the units. It looks like
he's
has.
just got. No, he's got two. So let's check the energy on the one on the main base there.
Right, he's just holding that off with.
So.
Oh, he's using injects really well. He's probably
using his energy well.
He's probably droning really hard.
He could probably throw a creep down because creeps use less energy, right? Than a.
Well, oh man, he took out all the larva. Oh, unbelievable! He's not gonna get this queen, is he?
No, he is.
Oh, he got the queen. Oh, brutal.
And I think I'd probably like to see that spine crawler in a different place.
Yeah. Unfortunately, without the creep spread,
you don't really
have much choice.
I'd love to see that if he had thrown down one tumor, he could have pushed that creep to the ramp.
Yeah.
And then he could put that spine crawler down there.
Absolutely. Yeah, closer to the.
Yeah.
Because that would at least give him vision of the lower ground in case something was being hidden, right? Also, I'm not sure if we talked about this before, but I've heard that in a lot of ZVZ games that. Zerg players actually don't really like to spread their creep much beyond their home base.
It's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because not only are you you're giving yourself vision, but you're not creating an upper hand like you would in any other game as far as speed goes.
Right.
So in a ZVZ game, the creep spread is simply just vision.
Yeah, and but the speed bonus, unfortunately, can be used by your opponent as well.
Yeah, so it's kind of evens out. Oh, this isn't going to work out well, I don't think.
Oh my goodness! Let's take a look at the units lost. 43 to 40. It's not too bad, but the workers,
I mean, we're getting hurt in our income. We see 2 expansions, so I don't know. I'm not sure if our opponent's double expanding.
Is he gonna? I think he should go for the larva. I think he should go for the larva.
Yeah.
Because
look at those all red squared.
Run!
Oh, beautiful.
That's a win.
Wow.
That queen's got 8 kills.
Yeah.
Good on her.
So I don't know if there's a macro hatch going down for our opponent here, or if he's just double expanded.
Looks like he's expanding to his third.
Yeah, we just got.
No, I think he has a macro hatch.
So we just had 2 expansions go down.
So once again, just to really drive home the point, you were mentioning that it's important for Zerg because they're such a reactive race.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Well, because Zerg's army is basically a Zerg unit, if it's reacted properly to an opponent's unit, will always win.
Yeah, like a Zergling can become a Baneling.
Right. They can always counterattack the opponent's unit. You need the information to do that.
Right. So if you're not scouting, you just don't know.
If you're not scouting, and I mean, what does Cooper see?
Okay, let's pause and we'll take a look.
He's probably just found this expansion. He doesn't even know that this expansion is down here.
No, that's right. He has no idea about this expansion. And he just found this, but you know what? That was kind of just a run by. I don't really think that his Overlord actually saw that. He might have seen the creep though, so that might obviously that would alert him. Yeah, definitely. And I doubt he sees much in the main base. So, before we kind of go on any farther, let's say you're in a ZVZ, you don't want to build a creep highway for your opponent. Yep. You have overlords that can scout. What are some other ways that Zerg? What are some other things that Zerg can do to scout or to get
I would love to see these. I mean, does he have a lair right now?
You know what? I don't know. Is that a lair?
Check this expansion. No, that's not a lair. So no, he doesn't have a lair.
Okay.
So definitely at this point of the game, you want to be changing those overlords into overseers.
Okay.
So
but
you get the speed. You need a lair to do that, right? So you can get the speed, so you can move those guys around.
Okay.
One of the nice things with the overlords is you don't have to build a creep highways. You can just start dropping some creep.
Right.
And at least gain some sort of these pockets of vision.
Okay.
That I guess if at one point you wanted to get rid of, you could just move your overlord. You could be burrowing.
Yeah.
All right, that's a huge one. Again,
you can burrow zerglings, right?
Yeah.
Once.
No, you need to. You could burrow a drone.
Oh, okay.
You could burrow Balings.
Right.
They can't move.
No,
right?
that's fine.
So
but then
the only one
it's a cheap.
You
scout.
could burrow a roach and move them. You could burrow an infestor and move them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Those are all upgrades,
Yeah.
but very useful as a Zerg player because they're able to gain the vision. Now, if you have the Overseer, that's a detector, right?
Right.
So they're going to be able to see that stuff.
Or cloaked units.
But personally, as a Zerg player, I don't even think about not spreading creep. I want to spread creep anyway.
Just do it anyway.
Right, because I need the vision.
You know, I was kind of looking on Liquipedia, and one of the things I found interesting, and we got a little bit of an engagement here, roach on roach.
Yeah, I mean, Cooper holds this off. Cooper's done a very good job of staying in this game.
Oh, he has.
I mean, considering all the drones that he lost.
He's tenacious. And look, I guess that, hold on, I just want to pause. What kind of upgrade? He doesn't have upgrades.
He doesn't have any upgrades. I doubt.
His spine crawler has just been kicking ass. Look
yeah,
at that.
14.
Unbelievable. Man. Amazing.
And I bet you this queen's doing pretty good, too. What's the queen up to now?
Queen is still at 8. Still at 8.
Queen's a slayer.
Yeah, so let's just take a note of the times here, because this is going to be a big comparison to the next game. When did we first see those creep tumors go down?
I think the first one went down at 1330.
1330, okay. And it looks like we're just now at about the 15-minute mark starting to get out of the base.
Yeah.
One of the things that I learned, I was looking on Team Liquid or Liquipedia, is that creep spread does not actually give you vision. It is the tumor.
Right.
So
yeah,
I didn't really realize
that.
So
where the creep, yeah, that's correct. That's a good clarification though, because a lot of people might not know that.
Right.
Now, with that being said,
I mean, it's not a big difference.
You need the creep tumor to get the creep spread, right? So
yeah. No, I just didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he does have an Overseer now, and okay, here's another one.
Yeah, the Changlings.
Great way to get some recon, right?
Especially if the player isn't focused.
Yes, if he's not paying attention.
Because usually you'll see that come in.
Oh, no. Oh, I don't know if
you can sneak him in there. Oh, he did.
He did too, yeah.
So we see Ted Styles really ramping up the army production.
Yep.
He's got the 3 bases going now. He's definitely really late on his upgrades because he's just dropping down. Oh, this is a big engagement. He's just dropping down 2 Evo chambers now, which is
so he's
quite
going for
late.
upgrades.
So now he'll go for upgrades.
But he is on 3 bases.
Yeah, he's got 2 queens. I think Cooper needs.
He needs his 3rd.
At least. Oh, he definitely needs a 3rd, and another queen would help with this.
Right, just for
nice
larva.
Defense, larva, creep. You can drop some creep tumors because he just doesn't have enough energy.
Now, I'm kind of wondering. Like, I know that Cooper really felt that this game was a scouting fail, but at this point, do you think it's... Well, I guess he really doesn't have a whole lot of information.
He still doesn't really know. He doesn't know what's happening. The biggest thing is he doesn't know what kind of tech his opponent's getting. So, I mean, he keeps seeing these lings and these roaches.
Yep.
But those are pretty easy to continue to pump out, especially on a 3rd base as you tech up.
Yeah, so he doesn't know what he could be facing next.
He does. I mean, he sees a baling nest and a spawning pool.
Yeah, and that's assumed. Like, you assume that that's going to be in your opponent's base.
It's got to be there anyways, right? You've seen the units. He hasn't seen any other units. So if our Ted Style was doing if he was hiding his tech upgrades, I mean, we'll see the finish of this game shortly, but that would really catch Cooper off guard.
Yeah, so do we have anything?
So in this case, we don't. We still only see a roach. I doubt there's anything that he's got at any other bases. No, spine crawler.
Looks like it's all pretty straightforward. He doesn't know about this expansion, but I think he probably assumes it's here.
So really, Ted Style's just out macroing and very, very aggressive.
And his early aggression and that harassment has really kept Cooper from being able to head out and go take a look.
Yeah,
you know?
And I mean, Cooper isn't in a position now to even stop a fourth base from going down.
No, he's not.
If Ted Style wanted to.
He's not. But the only thing is, I'm not really too sure what he could have done differently if he had more knowledge. Like, okay, here, let's put it this way. There's no anti-air in this game.
Yeah, it's true.
So, if Cooper had more information, so let's pause just really quickly again. If Cooper had more information than this, if he saw that there was, let's take a look, a Baneley Nest, a Roach Warren, two evolution
Evos.
chambers, and he was able to look around, he would know that there is no anti-air.
Yeah.
So perhaps Cooper would have said, oh heck, I've got this information, I'm going to go for mutas.
Yeah, it's an interesting point because there's nothing he doesn't know. I mean, obviously he doesn't know, but we know based on the army composition that he knows everything.
Yes.
There's nothing coming that he doesn't see right now.
No, because it's right there and he keeps banging into it.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
His main focus right now is getting that third, because he knows his opponent has a third. But
if we take a look at the units tab, sorry to interrupt, but he is behind on the drone count, so he's probably really trying to drone up.
Yeah.
He's trying to get his expansion, so he's got a lot of things that he's worried about right now. And scouting is kind of going by the wayside, I think.
But you bring up a good point, because a quick switch to 6 mutas
it would
right now would even out these armies.
Well, could
army size, and he could just go right in. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a queen, but he doesn't have, like, other than a queen or two.
Yeah.
There's not. Oh, sorry guys. There's a nice engagement here. So I think that kind of speaks to the question of what do you do when you scout? And as Zerg, the answer is you adapt.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you have scouted your opponent, you know, you've seen the main army.
Yeah.
And if you can get an overseer or an overlord into the main base, or even a changeling or anything, and you see that there's no anti-air, then it shouldn't be too hard to go into a quick muta attack.
Yep.
And that would also draw the army away.
And that army can't hit the muta.
No, absolutely not.
Right?
No.
So it's just going to pick that apart too.
Yeah, he could maybe do some good economy damage. I don't know. But that's kind of what I was trying to think of, is what, with this information, what could a Zerg player do? And that's the only thing I can really think of.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair.
And on 2 bases, I think it's not impossible to switch to a muta.
No. Yeah. Especially at the army sizes we're at right now. For a Zerg player that's pretty much fairly dominated this game, Ted Style's army is actually not that big.
Yeah, let's take a look at the army supply. 93 to 64.
He's 20 minutes in, and his supply is only at 158.
Yeah, that's pretty late. He has there has been a lot of army trading.
Yeah.
Let's look at the lost tab. Well, look at that.
Oh,
that's actually incredibly even. I mean, Cooper has done.
And that's, I mean, as a Zerg player,
job.
that's the only way you can survive, right?
Right.
Is if you're losing units, you need to take as many units from your Zerg opponents.
Right. Yeah. So I think he's utilizing the high ground here.
Yeah.
Starting to push out these creep tumors, but here is the problem that we were talking about before. Ted Style is using his overlords, and he is now connecting the creep of both players.
I like this spine crawler placement here. Because his focus is that third base, so he's trying to defend that as strongly as he can. And I like the units on the high ground, the spine crawlers down low.
Yeah, because you get the vision from the top here, and once the spine crawlers engage the army,
then you can get a nice surround.
You get a nice surround, a flank attack. Yeah, no, it's great, and his defense has been amazing. Oh, this is a big army.
Yeah.
This is big. What's gonna happen here?
Oh, he's a little late on his.
Oh, here they come. Here's the flank on the side.
Yeah.
chasing them away. Amazing. Unbelievable. He lost the spine crawlers, but now they can come back and they don't have to worry about the spine crawlers, unfortunately. Yeah. Cooper says PP. I don't know what that stands for.
Pause, please, I assume.
Oh, pause, please. Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Sorry. I thought maybe he had to go to the bathroom.
I have to use the facilities.
Okay, so let's see what the army tab is like. 80. Oh boy, it's really starting to swing.
Yeah.
Now Ted is still on 3 bases.
Still on 3.
And actually, you know what?
Cooper's got a lot of money. He's got a ton of money. So I don't know if he's deciding on what he wants to dump it into, but it's going to be too late anyways.
Oh man, I think this is going to be. Oh, and he's got the
Hydralisk
in the back for range. I have a feeling that this is going to be the end of Cooper. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the end. Okay, so let's just recap really quickly. So again, we're focusing on Zerg Scouting. We're not actually talking about any other race. We're really focusing on this because Zerg has some very specific scouting techniques. One of them we talked about was creep spread.
Yep.
What were some other ones?
Overlords, Overseers, burrowed units.
Changelings. Even just using a Zergling, it's even cheaper than
a
using
Ling,
a worker.
just try and send them in. I mean, a Zerg player's not going to wall off, right? So you're just going to run in. I mean, it's not even such a terrible idea just to suicide a Overlord, right? If you need to send them in, get your info, because Zerg needs that information.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's just think if Cooper sent an Overlord through the back of the, Ted Styles' main base,
it seems
saw that there's no, like you said, no air.
Yeah. That could be a game changer.
Right. Major game changer. Yep.
And it seemed like really, because he had, Ted Style had just a ground army, was there really any resistance to sending something through this path right here?
No. Yeah.
I don't think there was anything stopping that from happening.
No.
And that could have made a big difference in Cooper's decision making. The other thing that he did mention is, and we've talked about this before, is you're especially, okay, listen, if you're going to one base, at least know what's happening at your ramp.
Yeah.
If you're going to expand, you gotta know what's happening.
Yeah, because I
mean,
Cooper really got behind when those Bailings, when the Lings morphed into the Bailings,
and he just
got all those drones.
He just didn't know.
Yeah.
He
and
just
then from that point forward, Cooper was really behind.
Right. So we've got to see how Cooper and again, guys, this is a platinum level player, so I don't think we're picking on him. He told us what he thought he did wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just trying to kind of explain it and pick it apart. But yeah, again, scouting really inhibited this Zerg army from adapting to the situation that would allow it to win.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for Game 1.
Sounds good. Looking forward to Game 2.
Yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Come check out the correction to this Zerg Scouting. Goodbye.